a Capricorn born December 22nd to January 19th, what can you expect for the month of August 2016? Let's tune in and find out. Okay, so I really feel like Capricorns, you have a lot going on. There's a like, it's almost like you're in the center, and this you have all these little things that are put in, and they each come around, and and each one's go. You're like on a almost like your life is like a little bit of a conveyor belt where you have a lot of projects happening, or there's a lot of stuff going on around you, and you have to really be paying attention. You have to really like eyes forward and really see everything all at once, like control, like you're at the control tower, right? All these planes are landing, and if you screw up, there's going to be this explosion. So you're really needed to pay attention to really make sure the details, and really you want to make sure that you've got a great system to stay organized this month, and you want to make sure that things aren't falling off the wayside, because if something falls off and crashes and burns, it's on your watch, and that could be a real problem for you, and you could lose your job, you could lose the potential, you could lose just everything that you had envisioned. So you want to really be aware and pay attention to your environment. Okay, so let's look at romantic relationships, Capricorn, what you can expect for this month. So there's a real synergy happening in your romance sector, and just a real understanding and support and excitement and kind of renewed energy. A lot of you may be having an opportunity to travel with your loved one this month. You may be able to get away. There's a real kind of anticipation of what's to come. So it really feels like it's a really sweet month for the two of you to get together. The challenges you may have may be around timing and or not feeling misunderstood, right? Or miscommunication. And I would say it's a temporary thing. It doesn't feel like it's a big deal, so don't make it a big deal. And it also feels like, your feelings could get hurt, and you're being asked to, curb any jealousy that may come, because your partner has some opportunity, or your partner may have something that is kind of juicy, or you maybe work may take you away, and they get to do some fun stuff. So just be aware that there's this little bit of potential jealousy there, and even that maybe that you want to spend time with that partner and they get to do other things. So just be aware that you might have a little bit of jealousy this month, and it's very temporary. It's not a big deal, and your partner's right there with you, so it's not like they're actually doing anything to hurt the relationship. All right. And then for those of you that are single and interested in romance, let's check out that for you, Caps. So you're really being asked to believe in yourself, to believe in your worth, and to really, one of the ways you can get what you want is with energy. Without, energy says it all. If we invite people in with our energy, and we reject people with our energy. And Capricorns, because you're so much of the earth, at the same time, you can be super, super sensitive. And because of that super sensitivity, you could throw a wall up like that. And when you throw a wall up, it's like a drawbridge. It's like, boom, you are closed and nobody can get in. So you need to be aware that when you throw up a wall, it's like everybody knows it. It's not just the person you're with, but the whole room can feel like you've thrown up a wall. So you want to be a little more subtle, and you want to be a little more aware of how your energy affects other people. And I think in doing that, you will have less confusion as to why are they avoiding me now? Or gosh, why we went on one date and now they're not calling, and what's that about? Well, your energy affects people whether you're aware of it or not. So this month you want to be really kind of just conscious of noticing your energy. And just play with your heart. Just the way you would do this, you would go into your heart. If it helps, place your hand on your heart and put your imagination behind your hands and go, okay, this is where my heart is. And just practice pushing it out and letting go. All right? Or pulling it in, like imagine it like being the color green and pulling all your heart green energy into your heart and pulling it down into the earth, or bringing that green energy up and sending it out, right? Right? And as you start to do that, you're going to start to feel the energy a little bit more of your essence, and it'll be easier for you to walk into a room, and if you see somebody you want their attention, imagine sending your energy to them and pulling it back, and sending your energy to them and pulling it back. And just notice, the more you gain control of your energy, you don't have to be the loudest person in the room to get their attention, because for some people that's a turnoff. And for other people, you could be a Capricorn that's really quiet and withdrawn, and you need to speak up. And so you need to be a little more elevated. So just notice what the moment is calling for, right? Instead of forcing issues. And I think in doing that, you're going to really discover real romance, real love, and a real opportunity to finally be kind of like be seen as somebody who's sensitive, and to be seen as somebody who really wants love, and who has been misunderstood by your partner, or by past lovers, right? Or past husbands or wives. So just know that this is a really great month for you Capricorns to really get what you want, and to not have to settle, but to notice your energy, and that your energy is really key in being able to get what you want and to manifest that. And that's in any area of your life, not only romance, but as we move into this conversation around career and money, your energy is also what's going to seal the deal or going to break the deal, right? And so let's look at Capricorn's money for this month. Okay, so for some of you, there's you have to be real definite. You have to really define your role. You have to make sure that other people know what your role is. So you're going to spend a lot of time this month defining roles, defining ideas, and really getting comfortable with the role that you're in, and kind of playing with it. Do I like this? Do I not? Also kind of noticing how you're slicing the pie. Does this feel fair to me? Is my life force energy worth this much or worth this little, right? And just be aware of the deals that you're making and the commitments that you're making. Because the last thing you want to do is be like the only person in the traffic control room and have 100 planes coming in and you're responsible for them all, right? So you just can't possibly do all that. So you want to be aware of the roles that you're playing in all the different roles in your life. And even besides wife, mother, friend, parent, daughter, son, in addition to, if you're an entrepreneur and you've got 4 or 5 different 6 companies, and or responsibilities or things that you've got going, you got to make sure that you know what you're doing. Okay. So bottom line is, Capricorns, don't get sloppy. Pay attention. Resist the temptation to slack off. And I hate to say that to Capricorns because you guys never slack off. But what can happen is that when you finally catch a break this month, you may sleep like, it's like being in the poppy fields. Like you're just gone. And then you wake up and it's like, oh my God, I didn't do this and I didn't do that and I didn't do this and I didn't do that. So to avoid that, you need to bring more balance into your life. And anything else about your career and money? Yeah, there's going to be really more of an opportunity for you to create something big, substantial, and long-term. And it might be a little stretch for you to get there. Like it's like, wow, that's really big for me to chew off. Or it seems like too big for you to it's like, I don't know if I want to work that hard, or I don't know if I want to take this on. But if you just have the right patience with it and sit with it, it feels like you'll know how to climb it. You'll know how to chunk it down. You'll know how to manage it. All right. So there's really huge opportunities in your career and big money. So let's see if there's anything else about your money this month. Okay. The new money that's coming into your life this month or recently is coming from the ground up. And to me, when it comes from the ground up, that means it is substantial. It means it is forever, and it's not fleeting. So now your foundation is golden. So there is something that you are working on that is coming up to meet you that is forever. So whether it's a new business that you're starting, whether it is an inheritance, whether it is a piece of a deal, It is something long-term and substantial. So you want to make sure that it's put together right, and that you really trust yourself in this process. Where other money can kind of be fleeting, it can flow on you and it can be in the flow, but this is substantial and it's coming up, and it also has to do around your worth and valuing yourself and not being afraid to ask for what you're worth. All right, so that's really important to you. Don't devalue yourself, because if you diminish yourself, your foundation is going to be like this big, and it's going to be like you standing on top of a telephone pole, and the wind is blowing, and there's nothing hanging on to you. Whereas when you have value, when you know your own value, and then you tell others, this is what I'm worth, this is what I want, right? Now that foundation grows, and you're solid, right? And you're never going to lose it. So it's really important that you have strong self-esteem this month. All right, let's look about any health concerns for Capricorns. Yeah, you really want to take care of your heart and take care of your blood pressure, take care of, that you don't overdo it, you don't put too much pressure on yourself, that you're really in the flow. So if you haven't checked or been, to a doctor for a while, and that's on your mind, then do that. You want to keep up your exercise and keep up things that, and it doesn't have to be really intense. You don't have to have this really intense workout. You guys are intense enough, but something that just keeps you in the flow. And whether that's just, walking on the treadmill or jogging a mile or two, or doing a Kundalini set, or doing a bicycle, or a little swim, or a little hike, it's just something that gets the energy moving inside of you and allows you to stay in the flow. And being in nature is really good for you guys too. Okay, and let's look and see if there's anything unexpected for Capricorns. Yeah, there may be an unexpected money trip coming in for you. The unexpected money has to do with things that you have been connected to in the past. So it might be a business opportunity that's coming around again. It may be a court case that you've won. It may be that somebody owes you some money and that's finally coming back to you. It may be the sale of something, which also, by the way, we have August 30th, Mercury goes retrograde until September 21st. So we never want to, buy anything new, and we never want to, if we can avoid it, sign any contracts during that time. It's really about, and not starting new relationships, meeting new people during that time is fine, but it's like you don't really want to go into business with them or go into a romantic relationship with them. It's different if they're coming back into your life. If it's a company you worked with before or somebody you've dated before, then of course that's coming back in. That's a renewal. So that's fine. Okay. All right, so all in all, Capricorn, it feels like a really great, it's like huge month for you, can be really huge for you, energetically and emotionally, with your value and your money and your ideas and relationships. It's all really good. You just have to be really true to yourself and honest with yourself and pay attention. Get organized, don't overdo it, and don't stress yourself out. You're gonna have an amazing August. All right, Caps, love you all. Have an amazing month. If you're like my intuitive astrology, please click like, share it with your friends, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month.